This is Saint Jerome of Crypto Experiences, and I've got my commando hat on. If you saw my short I just did a few minutes ago, you realize there's something sneaking up on all of us. Oh my gosh, in the Bitcoin world, what can that be? You can see Bitcoin's hurting, Bitcoin is melting. What is sneaking up on us here? I'm trying to hide, trying to fight this FOMO. What in the heck is FOMO? FOMO is the fear of missing out. FOMO classroom. I will explain to you here this fine Martin Luther King Day, 1/16/23, that it is class fear of missing out. Repeat after me. FOMO. FOMO. That's right. FOMO. The fear of missing out. There's a bull market. Is it because people are afraid of missing out? Bitcoin back in 2017 got up to a high of $20,000. And we thought there was no end to it. And then, boom, crashed down to about 4,000 again. Slowly got up. And now we're at a high in the middle 60s. And it slipped all the way down to about 12,000. And now it seems to be going back up. And with the crash of fiat currency, what's fiat currency? That's that stuff the government prints that's not backed by anything. It can be digital and it can be actual paper money. So Weimar Germany and back in the 20s got so bad, people would rather burn their money than spend it because it was worth more as fuel. So crazy times like that can happen again. But this is a fear of missing out, and people are trying to get into other things besides fiat currency. And the cryptos are one, especially Bitcoin. Also, silver and gold. There's been a big run up on gold and silver lately too. So I smell the FOMO. How much longer is it going to go? Well, part of this FOMO is caused by FUD. No, not this little guy, but fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And fear, uncertainty, and doubt can lead to a bad case of FOMO, fear of missing out. Is Bitcoin FOMO? Is it back? It sure seems to be. People seem to be panicking in. There's been a lot of trading going on. A lot of businesses are getting the FOMO. A lot of governments are getting into the FOMO, and they're buying Bitcoin. One real on top of it country is El Salvador. Their dive into Bitcoin as legal tender is producing great results in that country. Crime rate is the lowest, and it's the safest country right now. They're using volcano power to mine their Bitcoin. I hear they're going to purchase a Bitcoin a week. I believe I heard today, or was that a Bitcoin a day? I don't know, but they're really delving into Bitcoin in all this FOMO. Is FOMO causing the current cryptocurrency bull market? Well, this isn't financial advice by any means, but yeah, I think it's powering it a little bit. So, uh, is the market going to keep going up or is it going to go down? Honestly, I don't know for sure, but I follow a lot of podcasters, and my main podcasters I follow are Joe Snips. He goes by J Snips 4 on podcasting. He's still on YouTube, and even though every once in a while he bounces off due to things they say he says, and he's also on Rumble, other sites. Plus, he is Patreon. I am a member of Joe's Patreon, and it's really nice. He's able to answer a few simple questions I have, and then I can use that when I incorporate all my experiences. The other podcasters that I follow closely are Bix Weir. He's heavy into both crypto and into silver, especially silver over gold, as silver is needed in technology. And there's way less silver than people think, and there's way more gold than people think, according to Bix and also other experts too. And I believe that's true, not financial advice. And then also we have Bitcoin Ben. He's one of the first ones that kind of got me going on this. Bitcoin Ben, I'm also a Patreon member of his. Oh, by the way, on Bixware, I am a Road to Ruta member. um, Helps you get some kind of inside advice what these guys are thinking, and you can kind of put together. I'm a synthesized guy. I take a little JSNIPS 4, I take a little bit of Bixweir, I take a little bit of Bitcoin Ben, and I put that together. And then I can kind of come up with my own opinions, but it's my opinion, and it's not financial advice at all. Um, I have found in the past that dollar cost averaging in any kind of investment, securities and cryptos, um, stocks, uh, even buying precious metals a little bit at a time. But dollar cost averaging seems to be the way to go for me, and I think for a lot of people too. That strategy has proven wise for many people. You buy a little bit at a time, and you keep buying up, and you keep buying down. In the long run, if you picked a wise thing to invest in, which I think crypto is, my opinion, you should do fine in the long run. And I see that with pretty much everything. So dollar cost averaging by a little bit at a time and keep doing that. But now people are kind of getting a little afraid. So if you dollar cost average, you might do it over a matter of a few days or so, or a little bit a day even. If you get and use the Strike app, it's an exchange, but you can go as little as I think it's a 50 cents purchase on Bitcoin. So you want to talk about small purchases, you can purchase like a $5 a day, for a while. They do have a limit of $1,000. I'm not sure what the period is, maybe a week or so before you can keep on going. So it's good for small purchases. If you want to make a large purchase, probably the safest thing to go to right now is Caleb and Brown, of which I'm affiliate. And if you go and use my affiliate link, you will get, I think it's 3.5% for a lifetime. And the thing that's neat about Caleb and Brown is you get a live broker to answer your questions, and they're very reasonable. One trouble with the Caleb and Brown, it's not a big trouble, is you need to invest at least $2,000. So $2,000 to Caleb Brown if you want to buy a lot at once, or you can use Strike and go a little bit of time. I like to use Strike, get a little Bitcoin, and then you can go to, like, say, even Exodus and exchange that for something else. So the little dollar cost averaging seems to be a way to go for me. I hope maybe it does for you, but not financial advice. So here's a trio that I like to get advice from. I've Patreon with them and Roto-Rooter, talked to them in person, and it's really helped. Ben is the one when you're facing the screen here. He's on the left side. He's an entrepreneur. He's branching off in El Salvador. And he really, really stresses Bitcoin, but he also was a big stressor of Divi. I think Divi is not a bad little project. Bix Weir, he stays pretty much on the main currencies. His two main cryptos are Litecoin. Litecoin as a means as exchange is one of his songs. It's a very good song. You can find that, I'm sure, on YouTube here someplace. And it is very quick. It's a fork off of Bitcoin, and it's very fast. He has nothing against Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a good store of wealth, but it's just not reached even with Lightning web. It's not as really as quick as good as Litecoin, in my opinion. And then also, Bix is a big proponent of Theta. Theta, I believe, in the future is going to go real high. It got up to $16. It started off with just pennies, and people were always saying, "Oh my gosh, here we go," and run. And then a man came by on the bottom, Jay Snips, and said, "Hey, I'm going to be contrarian, and I'm going to take that profit and sell." And everybody goes, "Oh, you're crazy, Joe. You're crazy. It's never going to fall." Well, Joe was right, and it got down below $1. So I don't remember what he sold at, but I think it was $1 something. So he made some good investment there, and then he is able to pump what his profit was back into crypto, and so he likes to call it his crypto bag. His crypto bag grew, and that's kind of the thing. If you can trade wisely, you can grow your crypto bag. I don't trust myself, so again, my strategy is more that dollar cost averaging. But I am a member of Joe's Patreon, like I said before. So these guys I go to for a lot of advice, and I like to put the advice together and get my own ideas. They're kind of helping me through a FOMO period when, oh my gosh, I need to, yeah, yeah, just, come in and don't put in more than you can afford. And that's not financial advice, but it's wise advice. And this is one of my favorite men to listen to. I've been listening to Cliff High since the 90s. I first listened to him. I forgot who his partner was at that time on Coast to Coast AM. I think it might have even gone back to Art Bell times, but I know George Norrie for sure. And what Cliff is famous for is he ran web bots that went out and assembled a language that was different on the web. And then when he brought those language bits back, he could make comprehensive meaning out of it. And then he was able to make some predictions by what was in our psyche in the language we use on the web. And it's amazing how accurate it's been. I would say overall, it's at least 70% accurate, and it's high on 80%. One thing we find out with a lot of Cliff High's WebBot predictions is sometimes the timing's off, and he thought is going to be earlier, but then boom, it seems to be hitting now. And a lot of what he wrote a few years ago, he thought would be a few years ago, seems to be actually happening now. So we think eventually we're going to see over $100,000 Bitcoin and Litecoin doing very well, and some of the other cryptos too. But this is Cliff High. He's kind of my go-to guy. The other podcasters revere him, and he's a good guy. And finally, a podcaster who I listen to an awful lot. I'm on her Patreon also, and she's very good at communicating with you. Litecoin Lisa Davis. Besides Litecoin, she has a vast knowledge in a lot of areas, and this is a woman who continues to grow in knowledge, and she seeks out the very best guests and gets their opinion. She has Cliff High on, Bix Ware, Bitcoin Ben, Snippy. They all know Lisa, and they come on her show, and she podcasts several times a week. The one podcast I like is with my buddy Clint Westwood, and Clint and Lisa do a happy hour on Friday. Here, let me get a picture up of Clint also, and be sure not to miss their happy hour on Fridays. It's a very good show. And this is my buddy Clint Westwood. Clint has a YouTube channel, and he's also a big presence on Twitter. He podcasts pretty much daily, maybe not every day, but several days a week. And he's a big fan of Litecoin because it is a means of exchange. It's very quick, but he doesn't rule out other cryptos too. And taking his advice and Lisa's advice and Cliff High's advice, just all these podcasters. I'm able to synthesize things together, and maybe you will be too. And it gives me kind of a long range picture, kind of what's happening now and what's going to happen in the future. So no one can predict exactly what's going to happen, but you get an idea of what's coming on. And if you do a little bit of time, you probably won't be disappointed. I do have one thing I did. I wish I would have did. Boy, Joe Snips nailed the theta, and I wish I would have taken a little bit off the table at that time. He has a famous saying, it's like, lick a little bit of the ice cream. And I think that's right. When you make a little profit, don't be afraid to take it, because you never know. Maybe you were wrong on that, but if it keeps going up and up and up, well, you take a little profit, you're not going to be disappointed if it keeps going up. You might say, oh, I could have made more. I could have made more. Well, maybe so, but you're not going to be disappointed. So be wise, not wise advice, but something I would do, not financial advice. So just a little personal plug for help me, take care of my time and like that for doing these podcasts. Uh, I am a Ballet Wallet ambassador, and the Ballet Wallet is a hardware wallet that looks kind of like a credit card. It's made out of steel, and then the one in the background is actually it is gold plated. Steel ones sell for about $35. There's a lot of deals on them too, and the gold plate one is sells for about $99. So how these work? You have your public key on the front, and in that sticker, QR code, and the public keys underneath, and that's how when someone sends you money. So you don't care if they get that all, because all they can do is send you money. Keep sending it in. I mean Bitcoin, and this will handle over 100 coins. Not only this one's a Bitcoin one, but even with the Bitcoin one, you can put on about 99 to 100 other currencies on here: Litecoin, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and the list goes on. So now when you go to sell that or trade, then you have to pull back that sticker. That's a sticker on the outside, and underneath is another QR code, which gives you half of your phrase to sell or trade your currency, whatever it is, Bitcoin in this case. Part of it's that QR code, and also you see underneath that sticker it says wallet passphrase scratch off, and then also you need that phrase and put the two together. You use the Ballet Wallet app, which is a very good app, and it takes care of all your stuff. They'll give you a virtual card. You can see the cards. They'll keep track of all your Ballet wallets if you have more than one. You can trade, I believe, on the wallet. Don't take that for granted. I'm pretty sure you can do that now. You were able to buy different cryptos off the wallet too. So they keep adding all sorts of functions, and it does NFTs also. Now I don't know how many NFT groups it supports, but it's several, and some of the main ones. So that's my plug for Ballet Wallet. I thought I better mention this before I go. There's a lot of scamming going on right now. A friend of mine got emails, was very worried. It said someone got into your account, and I'm telling you, folks, that is an old trick. Don't get scared of when you get an email like that. Uh, Joe Snips says to ignore about 99.9% of them, and I agree. If you really have worry about your crypto, uh, contact the exact exchange or group wallet you have, and talk to them directly with email. Don't click on any links. Just go to the actual site and go to support, and then they'll say, "Oh, heavens no, that's a scam," or they'll say, "Well, we've had a few things going on. This is what you can do." So that's where you go. Um, I found that support people can be pretty good. There's only one that I had a lot of trouble with. They were just like, oh my gosh, they just run you and run around, and they're not very good. I'm not going to say who it is, and this isn't financial advice, but it sounds a lot like one part of the word is kind of like the word coin we use a lot, and the other word could go in front of ball, like in major leagues. Coin, the word in front of ball. Now, I'm not going to say who that is, but we've had some issues with them. So I personally don't have anything on the exchange anymore, and I personally don't have anything on exchanges anymore. You know, those Ballet wallets are a good place to put it in cold storage, and nobody can hack those once it's on it. They're unhackable. There's other good wallets out there too, but you know, the more you're exposed to the web, the more you can be hacked on that. So watch out for the scams. So this is not financial advice, but say no to FOMO, fear of missing out. It just leaves a FUD, right? And we all know what FUD is here. So anyway, thank you for watching my podcast. If you have any questions or comments, write them below this podcast. I got a subscriber contest going on. Some guy said, "You're just a scammer. It's a pyramid scheme." What the heck's a pyramid scheme when I'm giving somebody 10,000 satoshis? By the way, that's like right now it's like $2.10. No big deal. So I can either send it right to how you get that 10,000 is one person, the first one to comment and claim it after I get to 80 subscribers. So you kind of got to look at how many subscribers I got. The last I looked today, it was 69 subscribers. So I'm only 11 away, and I put another short out there that may get me another subscriber or two. So anyway, whoever mentions it first, like underneath, I will send them 10,000 satoshis to their, that's little bits of a Bitcoin, either to their crypto wallet, or I'll mail it to them. Matter of fact, if you're not afraid to give me your address like that, I'll mail you also um, Bobby C. Lee's book, The Promise of Bitcoin. I'll throw that in as a prize, but only I would have to have your mailing address to do that. That'll cost me a couple bucks to send the book, but Bobby gave me some books to give away as promo, so that'd be good. And plus your 10,000 satoshis, and maybe in a gift card or so. All right. Well, thank you very much. Please give me a thumbs up. If I get my thumb in there, please give me a thumbs up, a like, and a subscribe. And it's awesome talking to you. And I'll see you later and next week or so. All right. Thank you.